Grace and peace to you. My name is Paul Dazet. It is good to be with you on this Wednesday for our weekly devotional and update of all things Sandy Hook UMC. My name is Paul Dazet. I live in Columbus, Indiana. I pastor Sandy Hook United Methodist Church. It's good to be with you. I hope you're having a great week. Hope this week is going well for you. Hopefully, your journey with Jesus is fruitful and meaningful. Today, the devotion is titled "The Secret of the Easy Yoke," and I tell you what, this book is from John Mark Comer. The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry is just a beautiful, beautiful book. I've read it numerous times. I'm rereading it now as a resource in our sermon series, Be Still. And there is a particular chapter in this book that I find, well, all of it's really good, but there's one thing in here that I love, and it's this section where he talks about the secret of the easy yoke. So let me share with you some beautiful pieces from this book. In Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 to 30, Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, and I am gentle and humble in heart. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Now, what do you have when you hear the word yoke? For me, I think of oxen, two oxen yoked together, pulling, a cart or whatever, plowing the fields. And so they're yoked together. There's a partnership where they bear each other's weight. In the days of Jesus, yoke was an idiom for a rabbi's teaching. And so each rabbi would have a yoke, a set of teachings based on the Torah that helped you carry the weight of life. And some rabbis' yoke was heavy and some not so heavy. And Jesus, in this invitation in Matthew chapter 11, says, "Come to me, all you are weary and heavy laden, and I'll give you rest, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." For the disciples in that day, they would have heard this as Jesus's yoke, or his interpretations of the Torah, were not heavy and strict and burdensome, but rather were easy, in a sense they were light, and so that they were able to you were able to carry the weight of life easily. And so that's a beautiful thing. And you really think about Jesus's teachings, he really taught the essence of what it means to be a follower of him, or a true human being. A follower of God is this idea of loving God with everything, which is the Shema from Deuteronomy 6, and this idea of loving your neighbor as you love yourself, which is from Leviticus chapter 19. And so Jesus is making the announcement that his yoke is easy. It is not burdensome. Did not come to put a bunch of heavy stuff on his followers. And so the idea of being a Christian can be whittled down to that beautiful message of love God and love neighbor as you love yourself. And that's such a beautiful thing for us today in a world where it seems like everything is so heavy on us. We come to Jesus and we don't find someone who is adding to and piling it on, and having this expectation of this increased quota of doing more and more and more. Jesus says his yoke is easy. And so we can come to him when we're exhausted. We can come to him when we don't know we can go anymore. And Jesus says, "Hey, come next to me. This yoke, I will carry you. This yoke that you and I walking side by side like two oxen together. Mine is easy. In fact, I will walk right beside you." And that's what a disciple and a rabbi does. A disciple walks right by the rabbi, learning what the rabbi does. And so Jesus carries the weight for us. His yoke is easy. He doesn't burden us and make us carry the load like an ox, or yoked with someone not doing their job. Jesus carries the weight for us. His yoke is easy. Anyway, I find it really beautiful. Hopefully, that is helpful to you today in your life. And so, when we are followers of Jesus, we want to take on his lifestyle. And as we do, we become human beings the way we are created to be. And his yoke is easy. So we follow in his lifestyle. And so these things that we're talking about on Sundays, things like Sabbath and slowing down in solitude and things like that are super important because Jesus showed us what that looks like. And he showed us what the Sabbath is, and he showed us what praying in solitude and how that equipped him and empowered him to do what God could do. And may we be refreshed today knowing that Jesus' yoke is easy. So let me read that same verse out of the Message because I just love this. It says, "Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me, work, learn the unforced rhythms of grace, lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, and you'll learn how to live freely and lightly." Brothers and sisters, that's beautiful. Let's switch gears here. Sandy Hook announcements. We got a lot of wonderful things happening in the summer. This coming Sunday is Father's Day, and we encourage everybody to wear your Hawaiian shirts. I absolutely forgot about this. Judy reminded, "Hey, we wearing Hawaiian shirts," and I was like, "Yes, we did that last year, didn't we? So let's do it again." So we'll pull out your Hawaiian shirts out of your closet if you have one. Wear it. And Father's Day, we'll have a brunch in between the two services, like we did for Mother's Day. A lot of yummy, good brunch food will be there. I hope there's a bunch of bacon for me, but it's going to be a good time in between the two services. So come on Father's Day, celebrate all the guys. We are doing a sermon series in July called Burning Questions. Several people have turned in questions. I think we have 5 or 6 questions. And we would love for you to ask your questions, and that'll frame out our sermon series in July. And then the Wednesday devotions will also answer the questions so that we can try to answer all of them. So there are slips of paper and a box on the next steps table. So fill that out. This is last Sunday for that because we need to plan out July. So please put your questions in there, and we'll do our best to answer them either on Sundays or Wednesdays in July. Or if you aren't able to come to Sandy Hook to fill that out in person, just email me. It's pastorpaul@sandyhook.org with your question, and I'll make sure. Let's see. Flamingos. Flocking has returned. They did another 3 or 4 houses last night. And so if you would like to flock your neighbor, the youth group will come and put a whole bunch of flamingos in your friend's yard, neighbor's yard, co-worker's yard. It only costs you $10. It's a fun way to raise money for the youth group. And speaking of raising funds, the youth group has met their goal. They have raised all their money for their trip next month to the Bold Conference in Daytona. So thank you for all your help and contributions into that. And all the money that they raise in addition will all go to help future events. So keep flocking your friends, neighbors. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, family movie night is 4th at 8:30, Dora and the Lost City of Gold. We'll provide the popcorn in the movie. You come and hang out and enjoy. It's 8:30 that Saturday night. Youth group will be going to the fair the next day, Sunday the 25th after second service. And then there is another one of those Dine to Donate events at Jaggers on Tuesday, June 27th from 11 a.m. to 20 p.m. 20% of your purchase will be donated to Sandy Hook Youth. Must mention or have a flyer when you make your purchase. There's a serve a meal opportunity through Love Chapel on Wednesday, July the 5th. You sign up at the Welcome Center. They'll serve at sign up at the Next Steps station or email the office. They'll serve at Columbus Free Methodist Church on Wednesday, July the 5th from 4:30 to 6. So mark that down. And then we have our annual outdoor service and picnic on Sunday, July the 9th, and that'll take place at 11. It's a pitch-in picnic, so bring a dish to share, and it'll be a great time. Other things coming up, Salvation Army Car Show on July 22nd. August 5th is the Back to School Bash, and August 26th is the 5th. A lot of wonderful things happening at Sandy Hook UMC with a lot of wonderful people. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. Grace and peace to you. Hope you have a good week. Remember the secret of the easy yoke. Take care.